All right, this is from Milwaukee to Nashville. This is our first post-game recap. This is a for the preseason game. The Admirals face the.
Are you gonna do the introductions, or are you just gonna?
No, I'm getting there.
Okay.
The Admirals played the Chicago Wolves. I am your host, Jamie Lula, and this is the co-host, Christopher Graves.
What's going on? No hockey. Daniel, let's drop the puck, shall we?
I don't
What the hell was the point of that? I just did the drop the puck like they do to start every single hockey game ever.
I know, and I cracked a joke. I said I win the face-off.
Let's go. Teeny.
Okay, you're good.
No, can't. But
I'll fix the little tech issues.
sorry, everybody. We have technical issues tonight. In the near future, we will have these ironed out because you know how our video quality is usually getting better and better the more we do them. Sorry about the issue. It's keep going.
We had technical issues. One Wi-Fi issue. I had phone issues. It was just a cluster.
It was just a cluster of bad things that happened. But as you see, we're producing a video because we worked out those issues. Because when me and him put our heads together, we make good things happen.
I mean, it took like 2 hours. Plus, I'm not going to sit here and talk about another thing, but the Brewers tied for first place. So we were kind of indulged in that too.
Yeah. We're baseball fans plus hockey fans. So, yeah.
We're Milwaukee fans at best.
Yep.
So, we're going to talk about the arena upgrades first. They took the circle part out of the railings going up and down. So now there's no longer those anymore.
Stick taps for the improvements.
Yeah, definitely.
Seriously, the arena did get some improvements that I enjoyed. So stick taps to that.
Beyond that, Screaming Sicilian Pizza is now the new pizza vendor, no longer Palermo's.
Yeah, so at the games, they will be providing pizza instead of Palermo.
I think the mac and cheese stand was leaving, but I wasn't 100% sure on that. But I heard rumors of it. Who?
Yeah,
But
I was busy enjoying the fact that I was back at the arena because it's been a long off season. I've been dying to get back into the Panther Arena. So happy to finally see the Admirals play again. So happy.
They made the smoking section smaller for those.
Well, it's the same size as last season for those of you who have been to Admirals.
Last year it was out to the second pillar. Now it's only to the first.
No, that was 2 years ago when I was out to the second pillar. Last year it was the same size as we got this year. Trust me, dude, it's the same size as last year. You're right, it's smaller than 2 years ago. Anyways.
Outside of that, they didn't have the lights on out there for us either.
Well, hey, it's preseason. Everybody's still working the bugs out. You know, got to get everything ready for opening night, man. Opening night's when the lights are bright. You know, tonight was a practice run. So, hey, stick taps to everybody for working hard to make tonight happen.
All right, we're going to talk a little. Former Admiral Jimmy Olney is on Chicago. Played for Chicago tonight.
Yes, that was interesting because the last 2 seasons for us Admiral fans, we got to know and like Jimmy Olney as a player and a person. And tonight it was weird seeing him play for the Wolves,
who are our hated rival.
But hey,
and for those Nashville fans watching, the Wolves are to us what the Blackhawks are to you.
Yeah, just clarify that.
All right, tonight, thoughts before we get into statistics, which is...
Dude, I was impressed by the defense of the Admirals. I mean, these guys were swarming the puck, man.
They were swarming the lanes, and
they were giving Troy Grosnick a lot of help on defense. He wasn't the only man playing defense. The whole team, they stepped it up. I really like what I saw. I
think Chicago pushed the issue for a little while, and they just got lucky bounces a couple times.
Yeah, well, we got some lucky stuff too. I mean, yeah.
They got the lucky bounces. We didn't. That happens. You lose.
And I do enjoy the aggressive approach on offense the Admirals displayed tonight. Sure, they only scored once, but hey, they were aggressive on defense. They were aggressive on offense. This season is going to be very fun. They were aggressive in the middle of the ice, up and down. They were just aggressive.
Yeah. What did you think of our power play? I mean, we did get to take a good look at
Oh
And
yeah,
last
we
year-
had a lot of chances on power play, and we were trying our best to capitalize this season. I'm really impressed. I am liking what this new coaching regime
Normally,
is doing.
I don't up the opposing goalie, but I'm going to say this: Max Lagacé was a big part of Vegas last year, getting through that whole Flurry and Subban injury. Malcolm Subban, not PK's.
Yes.
Just so I can clarify, Malcolm Subban.
No, guys, we got it, Malcolm.
Okay, he definitely stepped it up for them, and he's obviously back again. Hopefully that goes well for him. I mean, I wish players the best, no matter what jersey they wear.
Yeah.
But as long as they're luckily for us. Okay, like I said, I normally don't tote goalies. I don't know where this cut me at. Like I said, we've been having
technical issues are plaguing this particular show. Preseason. I'll just chalk it up to preseason.
All right. Anyway, he played very well. Grosnick made a lot of really insane saves.
Yeah, I was happy because from my vantage point in the arena, I was right behind the goaltender's net. It was great watching Grosnick do his thing tonight. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to this season. Just this preseason game got me all giddy and happy, and I'm just ready for it. I'm ready for it.
How massive is Jared Tenorti?
That dude's a beast.
And then what do you think of the aggressive play of Yakov Trenin?
Dude, everybody was aggressive. I mean,
no, him in particular, because he was spending a lot of time being very angry.
Hey, sometimes you need to get your aggressions out on the ice because he was doing everything to necessity. He was trying to set his teammates up to take good shots. Unfortunately, there was some bad breaks, bad bounces.
He took also a very bad, what was that, boarding penalty, a 5-minute boarding major. It was not exactly a good penalty.
Hey, is charging the hockey equivalent of soccer's tackling penalty by chance? Because I saw that guy tackle a player into the board, and they called him for like a charging penalty.
Charging is when you take. I'm about to give you a penalty. Like I said, this show will be educational at times.
That's why I asked, because I know what a tackle in soccer is, and I'm assuming charging is the same thing.
Charging is a penalty when they go like this, but charging is when you take 3 to 5 strides to hit a player intentionally. So when you stride to intentionally hit the player and skate fast enough, like you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then boom.
So it is like tackle. It is the hockey equivalent of the soccer penalty tackling.
Yes, but
I've watched enough soccer to know what tackling in soccer is. So charging in hockey is the same. I just wanted to find that out for myself.
Also, I'm going to give Admirals fans, and this is strictly for you. If you want to see soccer, there are, I think, 3 or 4 nights this year where you could go to an Admirals game, and then about 2 hours later, there will be a Wave game. Or there will be a Wave game, and 2 hours later, there will be an Admirals game. So,
for those of you who don't know, we're talking about the Milwaukee Wave, the indoor soccer league the indoor soccer team that also plays at the Panther Arena.
So I'm saying this as an Admirals fan. I grew up watching the Wave, and I was a fan too. So
yeah, I grew up watching them too, man.
So
like I said, I used to play soccer as a kid.
If there are any soccer fans in the Milwaukee area that watch our show, you can watch hockey and soccer
on the same day. Both for affordable prices. Seriously, both teams are very affordable. Bring on your whole family. It's very cheap.
We'll do a post ticket holder party on Monday, and we'll give you those dates. So stay tuned.
Yeah, hopefully we can also discuss some of the upcoming promotional days. Once that information becomes available, we will give it to you. But we're just waiting for the sources.
And like I've said before, we're not employed by the Admirals. We're what we call free publicity and a blog. We give free publicity and we blog about it.
This is a podcast. It's a podcast.
Yeah, we talk about it.
It's a video podcast if there's a difference. This is the first, whatever. Anyways, so we like the arena improvements, the aggressiveness of the team on defensive offense, incredible. Me, I was just happy to be there. To be
Okay,
honest, I was just really
Who,
happy.
not as much as I want to talk about it, but who
All right.
scored?
Well, unfortunately, the Admirals did lose to the Wolves.
So who
4-1.
scored for him? You're the one that kept track of that
All
for
right.
me because I didn't want to.
Well, the lone goal that the Admirals had
Was
was
Matt
by
Lane.
Matt Lane, and that happened in the second period, which made the game 1-1 at the 2-1 when Lane scored, and then the Wolves Eric Brandstrom
Brunstrom.
he scored a goal, and also for the Wolves Brooks Masick got a
Mock.
goal.
Mock.
I thought it was Masick.
It's pronounced Mock.
But yeah. But yeah, Matt Lane scored the lone goal for the Admirals.
I was impressed by the Wolves player Thomas Hika.
Yeah, never mind.
He scored
I
the goal.
I thought I had a total for the shots on goal, but as you see, this preseason, yeah.
If I had my phone, which normally I would, had I not had
Technical
internet,
difficulties.
I'd be able to give you that stat. I watched the post game interview shortly before this, and we took some notes on that. You mind if you put those notes back in front of me, sir, so I can know what I'm talking about? Because
Yeah, Coach Taylor basically said that the team needs to learn how to check.
And that they'll be working on it Monday.
Yeah, he said that there's a difference between playing defense and checking, and he said he's going to work on checking with the team, which will lead to improved defense for the Admirals.
Because he said you can defend and keep the puck out of your net all you want, but if you don't get the puck back, you can't score.
Yeah, he's taking the aggressive role, and I like that. Aggressive hockey and smart hockey, a winning combination. Because I don't know about you guys, but I want a Calder Cup championship again. It's been a while.
Tonight's game was very fast paced from what I saw.
Oh yeah, I was sitting there like this, hanging on the railing, just in awe because it was impressive. I had a good enough seat with a little railing I could just rest my arms up on and just watch.
Tolvanen, we'll talk about him a little bit.
Welcome to Milwaukee, Ellie
Tolvanen.
I'm getting tongue-tied because I was happy to see the guy. I spent so much time
looked
watching him on
quick.
YouTube and I saw him play live.
He made a couple mistakes, but he's young, so chalk that up to inexperience.
Yeah, but we're going to chalk that up to this is preseason and they're going to iron everything out.
All right. He looked to be always trying to get to the open slot in the ice, leave himself open to a pass, a shot, something.
He seems like an ice general. Like he's a smart hockey player. He's a really smart.
Other thing was the Admirals had a penalty. I think it was like hooking or something. We also got to learn to stay out of the box.
Yeah, that was one of the things that plagued us a bit last year. We spent too much time in the penalty box.
What I'll say is our penalty kill was still solid. They did not score, but neither did we on the power play. So.
Yeah, but they stopped them from scoring.
I chalk most of that up to Lagasse playing out of his mind.
Yeah. I'm not going to give the man stick taps, but I will give the man props. He was an imposing force against the Admirals offense. But hey, the Admirals, they showed so many bright spots. There's so much bright potential future ahead for this squad. It's going to be a fun season. It's definitely going to be fun.
It looked almost like so when they got the hooking penalty, our defenseman was out of position. He was over here, and the penalty was over here. He came with speed across, hooked, and got into the defensive position. So he was where he needed to be every waking moment. So he kind of reminds me of a very much more solid potential version of Kevin Fiala with the offense ability, but he has defense.
Ooh, another guy that plays. Ooh, man, because Fifi was incredible playing, man. I loved watching Kevin Fiala play.
So Kevin Fiala was one of those guys who could produce on offense all the time, but defensively he lacked. Well,
this guy's the total package.
Yeah, he's the total package with a lot of offensive firepower. We'll see how it goes. Grosnick needs to learn how to control that low stick side. Normally, I am the goalie critic from hell.
Yeah, but hey, Troy, you were
You made some of the most insane saves in a preseason game
Oh yeah,
that I didn't see all of last year from Lindbach.
See, some players would kind of play half speed during the preseason game, but not the Admirals, man. They played at 100%. They were going full bore ahead, man.
All right.
I was happy as hell watching.
The only update I want still from this year from them is to give the ushers a little more control, because I talked with a few of them, and all of them said we don't have the ability to tell you no, you can't go down the stairs while the puck's in play, even though they're holding a sign that says stop puck in play.
It's more of a courtesy thing for people watching, but it's also to prevent you from getting hit in the head with a puck, because they always say keep your eye on the puck even if you're in the stands, because yes, pucks do leave the playing surface. I caught a hockey puck last season.
Remember, I was walking upstairs in Rockford, and I took one to the shoulder. Remember
Yeah,
that?
we went to a game in Rockford last year, and he got hit. I wasn't at that game with him, but he got hit with a hockey puck. Remember, I was
Twice
working.
in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, remember, I was working that night, and you guys went without me. That was last season during preseason.
Yeah. Last preseason, I got pegged with 2 pucks.
So, fans, please keep your eye on the puck.
Also,
it's a safety thing.
Admirals, we're throwing these into the crowd tonight. Thank you very much.
Stick tabs, dude. That is an awesome shirt. If you can't see it, there's a bit of a glare. Please show that to them better. I love that shirt. That looks so awesome. Whoever designed that, stick tabs and a thumbs up to that. That was awesome.
Beyond that, for the Predator fans, we'll get back at you tomorrow. They do play tomorrow. We'll kind of talk about the guys that did play and the guys that didn't. Because the guys that didn't, if they're guys on 2-way contracts, you can pretty much guarantee they're done. Or they made such an impression that they don't have to. But I could see Blackwell playing, Ronaldo playing, and Grimaldi playing tomorrow, because they got to make that decision, because our season ticket holder party is Monday, and they got to have...
You're not supposed to announce that the non-people. I thought that was supposed to kind of be kept on the download,
They have to scan it. You do have to have a scanning able ticket to get in.
Still, dude, you don't need to hassle someone with like 30 million people trying to get in and only a select few. I'm just saying.
You still have to have one of these little things right here, and they got to scan it.
I'm just trying to, I don't want you to burn any bridges that don't need to be burned. Okay, I'm just trying to say.
It is a season ticket holder party.
On this show, I'm the FCC. As you've noticed, I've been trying to cut back on my swear.
Anyway, beyond that,
there wasn't really too much to talk about because we hit it. We hit on all of them.
What was your? Who was that? What was your thought of Connor Brickley and Braden Turok, number 8?
It's too early to tell right now. As a whole, it's too early for me to start breaking down individual players unless they absolutely stood out. Tonight, I'm giving the whole team a thumbs up because all of them, like across the board in my eyes, they stepped up. They played aggressive defense, aggressive offense. Like I said, as a whole, that's how I'm basing it because it's preseason. Once the regular season rolls in, then I'll start focusing in on individual players. Just giving you a heads up how I'm going to approach that.
All right, I'm going to give this a little bit here. Upcoming games.
Opening night will be Saturday, October 13th against the Hershey Bears.
At 6 o'clock, all fans get a...
Admirals Magnet schedule.
Also, there's going to be a celebrity from Disney. I forgot his name. God help me.
Like I said, once we get the promotional schedule, we'll give you guys the info once we get the info. Because I don't want to speculate on things.
We play the Rampage, the San Antonio Rampage, October 23rd.
That's a Tuesday night, and it's at 7 p.m.
That'll be a Taco Tuesday where you can get 2 tacos, $5.
Is that for sure 2 for $5?
I think so. It's 2 for $5. It should be the same.
Like I said, that's not speculate. Wait till we get the guaranteed info. But you're right. Taco Tuesday is coming back because I did hear that through the Admirals that's one of the promotions they're bringing.
So if it is Taco Tuesday,
I love me Taco Tuesdays, man. Tacos and hockey, great way to spend a Tuesday night.
Uh,
And I
Ad-
love me some tacos.
Admirals play Friday, October 26th at 7 o'clock.
Against the Cleveland Monsters.
And then we play
October 27th, Saturday, October 27th at 6 p.m. against the Manitoba Moose at.
6.
Oh, I already said that. Okay. Yeah,
And-
those are the upcoming home games. Of course, there's some road games because they start on the road against the Texas Stars,
And then they play San Antonio.
the San Antonio Rampage.
So it's
Yeah.
Texas on the 6th, and I think it's like the Rampage on
On
like
the 8th or 9th, right?
Uh,
Probably the 8th. Because
yeah.
I think it's like, I know it's like 2 within a 3 or 4 day stretch.
and then they come back here for a
Well,
home opener.
Yeah, because it's obviously for what is the second year or third year in a row they start the season on the road.
Yeah, and then we come home to play Hershey. That's our opener.
Yeah, the Hershey Bears. They them and Wilkes-Barre Scranton last season were fun games to watch. I'm hoping we can get a home victory in the home opener this year.
Maybe we can move to the East Coast and not have to see the Wolves anymore.
I don't mind the I enjoy watching the Amtrak Cup rivalry. You know, or
Yeah.
is it the Amtrak rivalry or is the Amtrak Cup rivalry?
It's the Amtrak rivalry, but
But they
win
play
it-
for the Amtrak Cup.
correct.
Which is always on display during regular season games between the Admirals and Wolves.
Depending
I've
on who
taken
won it.
photos of it.
Depending on who won it that year. Like if
Yeah,
that-
like this season, unfortunately, it will only be on display in Chicago
correct. But
at the Allstate Arena in Rosemont, which I do plan on going to at least one Wolves game against the Admirals in Rosemont this season. I plan on doing that because I do want to go on the road more than just Rockford.
and that's what breaks us away from everybody else. We will give you road coverage as much as we can get to games. Just understand.
Yeah, even if
All of
it's even
this-
if it's a couple hours after the game, we'll still do some type of a review of the road games, especially
Yeah,
the ones we go to.
Some nights you may see a dark spot in the car, and we'll just hear us talking.
Yeah, but we'll try to wait until we're at least in a lighted room, so that way you can see us.
And that's
Be
part of
more-
what the issue was tonight.
Yeah, because we had technical issues. We just had a lot of technical issues, and we overcame them to present this. So
Trust
we're
me,
working.
Trust me, both me and him almost, but between the technical issues, 5 minutes for fighting.
None of us have a college degree in doing this, but we understand we understand how to produce video. We're learning by doing. It's
So-
trial and error. Eventually, I do plan on going to college, but right now I'm just trial and error, learning as I go.
And I'm sorry for everyone that I keep vaping and it blurs me out. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's
Yeah, that's the preseason wrap up show, recap show for tonight. I mean, there's really not a whole lot to talk about because, like I said, I'm impressed with what I saw as a whole. When the regular season starts, I'll start focusing in on individual players.
And we're gonna actually be working on fine tuning some stuff like interviewing and
Yeah,
stuff
we're
like
gonna
that.
we got more ideas in our heads that we're gonna be using to produce better quality video.
We might
Cause-
actually upload a couple of our videos of us tooling around trying to figure out our niches and stuff. And
Yeah,
I know that both of us have a video with one of our fans that we're gonna do. He's willing to do an interview, so he's gonna
yeah,
let us.
and he'll probably just be a contributor, like joining. We might end up with a little roundtable discussion about the ads. I mean, he's been a season ticker holder for how many seasons?
The buddy of mine that was doing that, he's been doing this for a long time. I actually met him at Rockford Speedway the first time I met him, and he saw me wearing an ad.
The one we were chatting with in the team store today?
No,
Or is it another buddy of yours that wants to come in on the show?
Robert, a buddy of mine. Okay, so you know how the guy that sat up in the section behind me,
Yeah?
behind mine, the bigger set dude that had the cane because he had that knee surgery hip
Yeah.
surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, him.
Oh, okay.
There's Robert, and then there's my friend Tercel who may pop in, and there's my wife.
Oh,
may-
yeah, we can't crack that joke about. There's just, don't even do it.
Not worrying about that. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah, but we do have a friend in Minneapolis who's also a Milwaukee Admirals fan because he was born and raised in Milwaukee but moved to Minneapolis.
And then we have anybody in section 228. that wants to be a part of it. We have my wife, like I said, and we
Or you
have,
can find me. I'm hard to miss. People might not remember my name, but they recognize my face and my personality.
I would like to thank the fan that pointed us out at Miller Park yesterday.
Yes,
Shout
that was
out to you.
cool. That
Shout out
was
to
cool.
you.
That was cool. Friday night at Miller Park, me and him were in the euchre seats, and a fellow Admiral fan recognized us from this very show. That was very cool, and I hope he's watching tonight. I mean, I wish I would have got his name so I could have given him a shout out. But thank you anyways. You know who you are. I'm sorry if I didn't catch your name. But that was really nice. I've never been recognized for like a video like that. I felt
And we
kind of
do-
like a movie star, you know?
For
You know?
a little bit.
Yeah, but then I came back down to reality and watched the Brewers spank the Tigers.
Which we'll do again tomorrow.
All right, anyways, let's wrap the show because we
So-
covered all we can cover. And like he said, we will be doing another video on Monday. So
We'll probably have multiple uploads on Monday, so
So for this guy, your host, Daniel Goodmout, I'm co-host Christopher Draves, and this has
hey,
been
that's my gimmick.
and this has been
That's my
another
step.
this has been another edition of From Milwaukee to Nashville, and this guy just cross-checked me. All right, cut the video.
High sticking.
You cross-checked me, jerk. See, maybe that's why she does